Welcome to the More You Look podcast. Welcome to the More You Look podcast.
Another week, another new episode of the More You Look podcast. Before we go in too deep, I wanted to glossify something quickly because I noticed there's a trend online now where, there's a small circle of people that actually make it a thing to bash podcasting and people who, do podcasts and stuff like that. And especially the guys, they believe that any man that has a microphone in front of him is ready to chat shit. Yeah. And now there's been a few women that have been getting it too, where they come together and talk about, they won't be with the guy if he doesn't do this for them, if he doesn't do that for them. I don't know if you know about that girl Caramel that got a lot of heat lately because she came out and said that she can't be with any man that won't, buy things for her and do stuff for her.
Yeah, that's what we said in our... Sorry to cut you short, but we said that in our last podcast, preference.
Yeah.
So everybody has their opinion.
But it's not even about that. What I wanted to talk about regarding podcasting is, I wanted to ask the main question, is podcasting here to stay or not? And the reason why I wanted to ask that, personally, I feel that people are being unfair. Yes, everybody and their dog has a podcast nowadays. But if you really... Why did
you say everybody and their dog?
But it's the truth.
Every human being has a podcast.
Yeah, but that's just the same. Yeah, it's like a metaphor for you. Okay. Like everybody, and their moms underwear owns a podcast right now. And it's like back in the day when we only had radio to listen to, and you had all of these radio stations. Obviously, you cannot listen to every radio station at once. You have to pick your... Even in Nigeria, as we had limited stations too, it was either Rhythm 93.7 or Ray Power. Nobody was listening to... You had to be in a mood to go to NTA Channel 7 for something when they are doing those Yoruba movies. You have to be in a mood to go to NTA 10 for all those nice soap operas like Mirror in the Sun, Village Headmaster, and stuff like that. What am I trying to say? You don't really have to listen to or watch a podcast if you don't like, one, who's doing it, two, their way of doing things, three, the things they say. If you feel that a podcaster likes to chat shit, why not just ignore them? If they don't have the following, it's not by force. You get what I'm saying? You have to pick and choose. There are podcasts that cover finances. There are podcasts that cover trading. There are podcasts that cover relationships. There are podcasts that cover mental health. So just pick and choose what works for you. For me, I think podcast is slowly. I don't think podcast can take the place of radio, but I think it's slowly but surely for a lot of people. I for one, before when I drive, I only listen to my music playlist. I don't even listen to the radio. I rarely listen to the radio. Only time I get to listen to the radio is when I'm at work because I have no choice. They've put the radio in a certain station. Is what everybody will listen to in the office. That kind of stuff. But when I'm doing chores at home or something, is it I'm listening to a podcast or I'm listening to a playlist. So whether you like it or not, podcasting is here to stay. Choose what works for you. Drop the rest.
I'm not listening.
Yeah, come on, go on.
Anyways, I feel like you said, everybody has their preference in it. So at the end of the day, this is the age of social media. People who still chat shit to get some attention around that. Twitter. It doesn't matter if right now, podcast just offers a lot more than the traditional TV. You understand? So it's like the next gen of media. For now, it's going to be around, for a long time.
For a long time, for generations.
But we don't know what next is going to come.
There will always be something that will come next. That is just the nature of life itself.
Now, I'm going to say this to any youth that has a voice. This media thing is a voice. You understand? You have a voice. No matter how young you are, just try to spread more positivity. You understand? Hating on women, and you're constantly laying evidence that will be used against you.
And you know what they say? The internet never forgets too.
You will think they're not watching, or you think they will not remember that episode. There are some people who live their life just to freeze episodes, freeze scenes. You understand? I don't get names of.
It is when you are ready to contest for that governorship stuff, 15 years time. They'll go and dig up one clip of where you said you like shitting on women and painting their face with shit because they are pieces of shit.
Don't use this to crucify yourself. You understand? Just speak positive. You understand? The world needs to heal right now. The war in Russia. You understand? The US and China.
You know, we're just a group of friends.
And Turkey and Syria.
Turkey and Syria. You understand? The world is in a bad place right now.
Now, talking of bad places, it's a good segue to go into the present election going on back home in our own country of Nigeria. I mean, personally, I'm a bit, I won't say crushed, you know, but I'm disheartened by all the things I've seen since yesterday. By the time this episode comes out, the election would have taken place probably last week, you know, it's 7 days ago or something. But my thing is, I've seen videos where they do the usual thing. They bring out thugs to disrupt peaceful election process, to steal ballot boxes, to threaten voters, and a lot of it happened in Lagos State. I have seen videos of MC Oluomo, that's Tinubu's chief thug, coming out to threaten people, telling them that any Igbo that comes to vote, something will happen to them, or blah, but threatening people and all that kind of stuff. And I just think that this is somebody, if you call yourself a city boy, and you are still scared in your city, are you still a city boy, Sha? Because all I've heard so far during the campaign process is that Tinubu built Lagos from scratch. It's a lie, though, but that has been their anthem. But if he built Lagos from scratch, why does he still need thugs to win in a state that you apparently own or a state that you built? So my question for you guys is, the three leading aspirants right now, Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi, and from everything I've seen on social media, I want to talk from a neutral perspective here. Everything I've seen, it would seem to me like majority of the people are
Peter Obi.
Going towards Peter Obi, and I get the vibe that people are fed up. You know, people
Even
really want
actors.
a change. But the way I'm saying it, what do we think would happen if Tinubu doesn't win? And what do we think will happen if Peter Obi doesn't win? Sky.
Okay, basically, it's going to be this same status quo, because this same thing I was saying is the same thing that was
happens every time.
You understand? In the last election and the one before that. You understand? So all I can just say is that I pray, you understand, we transition peacefully. You understand? Because Nigeria is really a hot boiling place right now because of the election. So I know Tinubu's people, they are going to want to do well. Guess what? I don't think he can do anything other than Lagos. A little bit in Ogun State, but you have to ask yourself, the Ogun State images, they have to ask themselves that. Why are they destroying their own state because of someone
who doesn't even care?
Always said he's Lagos first. You understand? Why would they kill them? People from New York. So eventually they might calm down. But in Lagos, you understand? Obviously they come and want to destroy things if he doesn't come in. Remember, he's from the incumbents. They are outgoing. The outgoing residents. They are in the same party. You understand? And they don't like losing to the opposition. So what I can say is just peaceful transition, I hope. But if it will
we know it will never happen.
If it will be win.
There's going to be disruption, and I personally think there's going to be bloodshed. But I think it's going to be worse if Tinubu wins. Because you know why? We've seen the writing on the wall already. That is in case Peter Obi wins. The writing is already there on the wall. During all the voting process, there's been a lot of violence, aggression, threats. Now, if he goes ahead and he actually wins, in those places where we've seen those aggression, violence, and threats, it's going to get worse. It's going to escalate. But if Peter Obi wins, I actually fear that Nigeria won't experience a civil war. And I'm saying this because you said something.
I get what you're saying. Because I don't know to.
Vast.
I look at it and I read about it, but then for me, Tinubu has come across a little bit. It's greedy. So for me, I feel like a lot of people are doing Peter Obi because they think, okay, they're gonna have a new start, new government, new president, basically, new change in Nigeria. But what you're saying as well, because Peter Obi is Igbo, and it's not because he's Igbo, but in that light, they go say in Igbo.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying stems from what Sky has said,
No,
that
but I'm trying to say
Tinubu predominantly has power in Lagos.
Rules.
But if you look at Peter Obi, it's almost
Outside.
as if in larger parts of Nigeria, he covers more ground.
That's
He has
what I'm
followership
saying.
in more places.
This is
So
what
if he
I'm
doesn't
saying.
win, and all these people that
There's
know
no- that's
that
what-
people came out en masse to vote for him, they are going to lose their shit.
They might not lose their shit, but obviously there's going to be, as you say, there's going to be war. No matter what the situation, the
Not
result-
maybe not war,
no,
but just civil unrest. Like that's true.
Sorry, hear me those. That's what I say to you. Like, even if Peter Obi wins, there's going to still be a battle. Even if Tinubu wins, there's still going to be a battle. So I just pray that our country actually becomes better. But do you know what? I cannot pray. It's just the outcome that you guys are giving us that I'm looking. I'm not. That's why I'm not trying to pinpoint on anything I don't know anything about. Because if I don't know, I don't want them to kidnap me. This is Nicola. You said this.
Well, whatever happens, we hope that the best person that can actually move Nigeria forward wins.
But more importantly, you understand, the one question that I would love to see anyways is an isolated president in Nigeria. I've seen it in the US when...
Isolate? What do you mean isolate? Like a person that is not friendly, not outgoing, not what
What I mean is that if Peter Obi wins, he wouldn't have any people from his own party who share his agenda in Senate, in House of Reps.
They are going to frustrate all his moves.
I don't think they even have governorship candidates.
They do in maybe just 2 or 3. Yeah.
You understand? So he's not going to be able to move any bill forward.
Yep.
They
are not, basically, it should be 4 years of just going around in circles for him. Yeah, he's going to be very frustrated. Yeah. He's going to be a frustrated president.
In the real sense of politics, you understand? He's going to be frustrated in that 4 years.
Pretty much.
End up turning on him like we turned on Joe Goodluck.
Yeah, because we will think that he's not doing anything, and we won't know that he can't just make laws and enforce rules and do.
Who fucked Goodluck up in Senate?
Same Sarakina and the rest.
The same idiot that wanted to come and be our president. You know, anyways, it frustrated him. Goodluck would have done a lot of things, but what I'm saying is that we are going to eventually want to turn on Peter.
At some point.
But remember, you just shouted, you know that if he goes in, it's going to be isolated. You understand?
Good point.
But that doesn't mean I don't want it. Because, like I said, I find it interesting. As someone who follows United States politics, I would like to see a scenario where a Nigerian president is isolated. So I want to see the kind of politics in Nigeria will now go into it. Because sometimes out of chaos brings forth peace and whatnot. So,
you were telling me earlier about something you wanted to discuss on the podcast.
Yeah. Basically, I'm thinking, way to, on social media these days, everybody is saying, give people their flowers while you're alive. We're trying to emphasize that, so basically I'm just saying, some of the people I would like to give flowers, like, there was a time that a police car stopped me because of one of my lights had gone. So where the guy stopped me happens to be opposite my friend's house, so I was going out for people under my car, it has its space, and I'm going. But there's an old white man up with the lady opposite thing. So the man basically changed the life and get it for free. You understand? Then I remember, every time my light goes off, he tells me he come. And I kept playing this for about 4 or 5 years. So every time I drive past that house, now that he has moved away from there, I just keep thinking about it, and I just keep saying, he's a white guy, he's a British to the core, And made me think that, he made me think that...
There are good people out there.
Yeah, there are good people out there.
Actually, the fact is that what I'm learning now is that people are not actually terrible. It's the experiences we have along the way
that makes us feel like you might be.
No, it's not like there are not terrible people out there, but they are in the minority.
Even the terrible people.
It makes you feel like they are majority, but they are in the minority.
You not face what they face. You didn't face what they are facing.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You could end up that way.
If we are going by that logic, every single African
I know
will be terrible based on what has been done to us, to our ancestors.
That is why above good, there's exceptional. There's all that. But I don't know.
But you know that these people you are talking about, the people we ought to give their flowers to, they come in different categories.
Shapes and sizes.
Some of them, like this man, you got to know him. You know his name. You know you were going there more than once. Sometimes, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, do you know that you experience encounters with people fleetingly, just that one time, and you probably will never see them again.
Yeah, because put you for that reason, for that.
My mom experienced one of that. Yeah, my mom experienced something like that many years ago. I'm talking in the early to mid 90s. This was a time where we didn't have ATM machines in Nigeria. We didn't have the internet in Nigeria. We didn't have mobile phones in Nigeria. And I think my mom was unwell then. I don't know what happened. And she sort of collapsed. She collapsed in public. And people rushed her to the nearest hospital. And you know how Nigeria is. If you don't pay up front, you won't receive treatment. You know. And when she was there, she was unconscious. So there was no way they could contact any next of kin. There was no way, you know. But she had a bank card on her. I don't even think they had bank cards then. She had this. So what happened was so when she came to, there was this man that came to that same hospital to visit somebody. The person in the next bed, he just came to see them. So they were leaving. He came to take that person home. That person was being discharged from the hospital that day. And my mom just begged him, explained to him that, look, they won't commence proper treatment if I don't pay these people. And the funniest thing was, she gave this person the name and number of the bank and gave the landline for the bank, gave the person the name of her personal banker, and told the person some things to tell that person, so that person will know that this person knows that it's from me, it's not just some random person. And then gave the man enough details that if the man was a bad person, he could have
taken everything.
You know? And this man went all the way from the hospital. All the way. There was no way for her to know who he was or something. Went all the way to the bank. Went through the stress of going through security questions and all that stuff, where he could be treated as a suspect. They could call the police on him, whatever. One way or the other, he got the money, came all the way back to the hospital, paid, and then gave my mom back all her tellers and all that stuff like that. And I just thought, there's a reason why, you know, people like that kind of exist. And it came into a bit of a contrast for me when I lost my younger brother, because that was exactly the way my brother died. Because he got very ill in the middle of the night. We jumped into a car, rushed him to the nearest hospital. When we got there, they refused to treat him if we didn't pay. We didn't have cash on us. There wasn't cash at home. Banks weren't open till the next day. No ATM, nothing like that in those days. And these people didn't touch him till he died. You know? So that then put into contrast for me what that man did for my mom many years ago. Like, wow, like, she could have died too if he wasn't there, you know? Yeah. So I have two of these stories, sorry. The other one was when I was in primary school. And then I used to have my own driver. that would pick me from school and take me home. And for some reason, I don't know what happened that day, this man forgot me in school. All the students in school had gone home. Only me. I was just walking about, playing in the playground. That somebody will turn up. When nobody turned up, I started crying. This man just walked by. And he just stood by me and said, what's happening? Why are you crying? I explained to him that I didn't see Uncle. I've forgotten his name there, Uncle something sharp. He now said, where do you live? And me, I was smart. I was a smart kid then. I told him where our address was. This man he went with me on public transport.
Yeah.
On Danfo. We took like 3 Danfos, and he took me home. In a age where money ritual killing and all those kidnappings was already a thing back in those days, but not just as bad as it was as it is now. Yeah. And this man took me all the way to our house. And the funniest thing was, he just took me to our house and just knocked on the door and just left me there. And he just went. He didn't wait for thank you, nothing. And he just went. I don't know his name till today. I cannot recognize him. I can't remember. So, people like that, they deserve flowers. But who do we give it to? So, my answer to that question, no, I even have answer. No. I have an answer to that question. When people come into your life, the answer to that question is how do you repay or give flowers to people who come fleeting into your life like angels and help you out in a difficult situation and just disappear? The best way to do that is by paying it forward. And by paying it forward, we mean you also help others in any way, shape, or form you can. Because you could be their angel.
But you know the funny thing, I just talking about this topic here, it made me remember like at least 3 occasions where God has blessed me, even though like I've gone out to get gas or put money in my account to get gas or electric. And it was a weekend. I can remember vividly in my area. It was a weekend. I went to the shops, and I was like, I went to the shops. I put this whatever little change I have, put it, and whatever will make it up. And a guy was in front of me, a white Weibo was in front of me. Actually, he wasn't in front of me. I was in front of him, but because I was trying to calculate my money, and I was like, is this gonna make sense? Me doing this, like, okay, let me just do it because it will make sense because it's not cut off yet. Let me do it. Then I said to the man, just go forward. I just nice, calm voice, succulent. Go forward, sir. You get succulent.
Soft life.
Soft life. Even though my head is like in 5 different places, this man said, oh, what are you here for? I said, I'm just trying to top up my electric. Just me, I'm me, you know me. I don't care like if twos are around me. I'm not saying it to everybody, but then the man asked me and I was like, okay, this man looks like he wants to be on the clown side. Okay, cool. I said to him, I need to top up my electric. This man actually said, how much you need? And I told him how much I'm not going to say exact, but I'm going to say exact what I needed. I didn't go overboard. I didn't misuse and say, because he's really bored, because he's helping me, and let me take a piss out of him. No. I told him exactly what. This man, he paid for his shopping and gave me the money. I said, here, darling, just take it and sort out your electric. It's a weekend. Be happy. I was like, huh? Me that I went short. I didn't even have the full amount. Me that I went short. And I said, let me just put it on. And then it's like, for me, it felt like a God-sent angel for me at that moment. And I've had situations where maybe, if it's like, how can I say this? I don't have much. And I go into a shop in my area. Do you know the shopkeepers will say, well, don't worry, darling, when you have it, come back. So them kind of...
So do you pay it forward though? I
do pay it forward. And I do, even my neighbours as well. Like there's one particular neighbour, I'm not going to say her name, she don't watch this, but still I'm not going to say her name. She's Oyoyo. This woman she would knock on my door and bring celebrities, the box celebrities for Malachi, and £20 on top of that. I'm like, I'll call it D for now. Yeah. D, what, £20 for what? She's like, no, it's for Malachi. I'm like, thank you. I'm very grateful. Like, you get what I mean? There's some people, even my neighbors sometimes, if I don't even have like, there's one particular neighbor, Shan, I always say her name because she's lovely. She's lovely. Yeah. She is fucking lovely. She, like, if I call Shan, I say, Shan, I want eggs, I can't bother to go shop. Yeah, I've got eggs, come out. Them kind of things. Like, even the time that I didn't have gas, I said, oh, take me to the shops and stuff like that for the car. She was like, oh, I'm gonna run you the money. She gave me the money for my gas, you get what I mean? So things like that, I'm very grateful for people that are in my life and do things. I'm not saying just do things, but out of the kindness and the surprisiness.
Do you like Sky? Do you have any more stories?
Yeah. So basically, just like the guy that took you home when you went into me, I had like, I think I was a bit of a troublesome kid. I didn't see myself that way very much from now when I look back, because I remember I got lost and I would go on the wrong bus.
Oh, okay.
And I got lost. I live in close to Festac, Mount 2, and I got lost. They found me in K2.
From my 2 to K2. Well, I like to something else. Well,
they found
from
me
K2
in the markets. You understand? But guess what? I don't know how the story actually goes, but I know I ended up getting on by I've been taken home by one of my neighbors.
Oh, okay.
How she found me, I don't know. At some point, as a kid, maybe I was 7, 8, or 9 then. As a kid, my mind was elsewhere. I couldn't remember shooting it because adults were stepping on me. Catching my
yes, now.
You understand? The people were stepping on me, crying. I'm turning 1 minute, somebody knocks me.
Pushing you. Yeah, that place is always very crowded.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't know how I go, but I don't, so.
Wait, was you drunk? I just clocked
I was a kid.
Was you drunk?
Kids go on wrong buses every time.
I always say praise.
What kid?
And thank you to anyone who ever offered me any help.
What kid? Hi guys, so basically, I want to know like sexual fantasies, like mate, I want to know like, because I've got DMs, Facebook messengers saying I would love you to shit in my face, piss on my face.
This one, man.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
I want to shove it, like I want you to force it down my throat. And I'm like,
so wait, sorry. So basically, what girls go to Dubai to do?
Yes.
Reverse this.
Reverse.
History.
Reverse.
Why are you saying Jesus?
I'm shocked that because
This is 2020.
why does anyone want shit?
This is 2020.
Why does anyone want someone to shit on me?
This is 2020.
And you said sexual fantasies.
Well, sexual well, that's true though. But the question that I have, because I always thought of these things, to be honest. I know that, I was watching videos on Syndrome.
Yeah.
And this popular female artist was saying that she likes men. She likes golden shower.
Yeah.
And I thought, and they were talking about it, and they were saying you were shocked at, the amount of women,
people,
the number of women who actually are into those kind of fetishes or things, like having golden showers and stuff like that. And of course I thought, why would anyone find it freaky for somebody to piss on them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, you women.
Unless if I'm doing the pissing.
Yeah, but that's the question. Why, like, what, as a woman, I don't know if you like that kind of stuff. You probably have your own sexual fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you like? What made you get into the vibe or whatever the sexual fantasies is? And if you want to share it with us.
I don't think I've gone into my sexual fantasy vibe yet. Because I think a certain individual that I'll maybe come across, if I say, oh, my sexual, I feel like handcuffing you, or ripping the shit out. No, not ripping the shit out of you, but ripping the shit out of you. You know what I mean? But when they hear that, it's like,
Okay, so one of the fantasies is to eat, yeah?
no, not for me to be ripped.
Side down like a baby goat.
No,
As an example.
I want to tie a man. As in goat, as you say,
Some of you women like
I'll whip the shit out of
some of you women like to be tied down like a baby goat. And then whip the shit out of you.
Do you know the funniest thing,
like
yeah?
that's about the sweet
Do you know the funniest? No, not whip the shit out, like flogging, yeah? Not flogging. Because I went to Amsterdam like last year during the pandemic.
I don't tell you something. If you say you're angry, BJSM, don't go try BJSM with Nigeria man, no.
They go flog you back.
Awesome, man.
Or Nigeria soldier, or retired teacher, school teacher, they will flog you like in conference.
I'm not gonna lie here. Do you know what? You just reminded me of something. I have a friend here. That literally I bought the whip for them, and they're Nigerian military.
Oh shit.
And I bought the whip for them, and they was like, I have.
Is this used on you?
I want to use it on them.
On them? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The funniest thing, they actually was like telling me like, am I cooked to my head like a whole human?
I have a question for you.
God.
What are your sexual fantasies?
My sexual fantasies could be like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I like a little bit of girl. I like not all girls.
Girl on girl actually, yeah?
But not all girls. Like I like you have to have those. This is like the day that I went out with my one of my boys, yeah. I actually met a girl that was there in a particular place, and when I saw her one day, I was like, fuck me. Like, wow, it's not that I wanna fuck with you, but then I feel like your vibe is there, do you get what I mean? So I was like, do you get what I mean? I was just dancing, I was just like, but that's me. I don't know about anybody else. And another one would be like maybe whips, toys, like kinky shit, but you know.
So my second question on that is, why, like, what satisfaction do you get from being handcuffed and, you know?
I'm not being handcuffed.
Okay, you handcuffing someone and then whipping them.
It's a pleasure. It's a fucking motherfucking pleasure.
Yeah, but like, how does it? Because I'm just trying to understand this.
I cannot explain it to you. You get what I'm trying to say? It's what I want. You can have a different preference. Do you get what I mean? You could be like, oh, you like to like be a dominant person.
Yeah, I have my own too. You know what I'm saying?
No, wait.
Should I tell you my?
Tell me your own. You can be dominant.
Let me tell you something.
Femi shared his own.
No, wait. My sexual.
You last time when you told me how you.
No, shut up. I didn't tell you anything. My sexual fantasy, yeah.
I don't know. Like,
it's to have the woman, you, wear a banana. I will drop you on the bike. You raise that bike and walk there.
Oh,
Beyonce,
the man.
And then I will drive off.
That's the.
Oh, baby,
He doesn't want to say his own on camera.
I don't know.
He shared his own the other day.
I have fulfilled all of my.
Yeah, I think he should go.
I have fulfilled most of my sexual fantasies. See, if they never pursue me for house, stand me all rest until they change me out of my house.
thank God I'm not involved.
Yeah, I'm this now.
Anyways, but what I'm gonna add to what Nicola has been saying is this: it's a kind of the kind of pleasure is not something you can describe.
Yeah.
Anyone that has any addiction or
You can't
pleasure, you can't describe it. You understand? But it's just a different kind of pleasure. But this is what I'm going to say. Play safe, guys. You understand? Like, I mean, I've seen.
Yeah, play safe, but fuck that shit, Johnny. I beg. Come. What? Wait. Sorry.
These are same people who are affected for
But do you know what?
walking in heels on their back.
But do you know what I agree with
Imagine
you?
an old man with fragile skin.
Yeah, that's his fetish though.
No, but do you know
So
what?
what if the heels let us go?
But yes,
That's his business. You
But
should
yes,
know that one is
Nicola,
his business.
Bless it.
Nicola, do you know why I don't agree with Sky?
Yeah.
It's good to explore and do things. You know, I mean, life is short and all that.
Yeah.
But I've been on instances. You know, some people, association
Attack.
is their this thing.
Oh,
And
choking.
there's some celebrities that
The
you know
next
that
thing
die.
they're saying choking.
Yeah, this guy was in Kill Bill. Some people, their own, some of their kings, doesn't even involve member of those.
Yeah.
They just do it themselves. They guard themselves to the point where they can't breathe.
Yeah.
So the closer they are to almost dying
That's
before
it.
they release the thing, that is where
And
they
the next
start
time,
peak.
and
And
next time
sometimes
they bleed.
they miscalculate.
I
They miscalculate. I was
but
not killed this popular actor now. I was in Kill Bill.
But
They
then,
actually suffocated and died.
yeah, but then I feel like, yeah, I mean,
And if you're talking of whipping too, so everyone are whipping to death, man.
Yeah.
The whipping thing is not so. The BDSM itself is not supposed to be with all your energy.
yeah.
It's just supposed to be a bit like some people just take you overboard. They will whip you the way they whip Jesus. You may think the sins of the world and you carry and go.
Then as regards you saying that why do women go to Dubai to do stuff like that?
I'm not saying why, I never said that.
Oh,
The
okay.
people go to Dubai to get shit shot on and pissed on
Yeah,
and
because
fucked
it's there.
up.
It's because
That one for
money.
them is strictly business transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
going
getting
for money.
Yeah,
I'm talking
it doesn't mean that they are
shit.
into it.
Yeah, I'm talking about people who just do shit for the sexual pleasure alone. Either with their partner or with some. Look at doggy now. You go with your partner
Yeah.
into some specified parts of the bush where people do doggy.
Yeah.
And then strangers will come out
Yeah.
and watch you guys fuck yourselves. And then fuck your partner right in front of you. There are people who derive their sexual satisfaction from what we call cuckolding.
Yeah.
Where, you know, somebody will sleeping with your wife right in front of
You
you.
watching now.
That kind of thing. And I'm like, why would anyone enjoy that? But shit is a big world
Yeah.
with a lot of crazy.
Shit that's going
Yeah,
on.
so it is what it is, yeah. I have one more question before we end the talk, the episode.
Make love, not war.
Yeah. I have one question for you guys. Because February is just, we're just beginning bye-bye to February. By the time this episode comes out, we'll be in March. Possibly. So, I know that I won't ask you guys how you spend your vow or whatever. But,
My vow was actually good though.
if you are a woman, it's be good. Somebody will always, must also have always be there to, you know,
What's up,
to
now?
do things. You know, I'm just saying, I'm just
Calm down,
saying.
calm down.
You know, so my question to you guys is, your partner before vow, you know some people, 2 days before vow, 1 week before vow, they'll look for the slightest excuse to find arguments.
Yeah.
So that,
They don't have vow.
so that people don't have vow, will not
Yeah.
happen. But your partner then tells you that he won't be able to take you out on Vow's Day because something extremely important,
Yeah.
you know, has to happen. Then you find out later on that the reason why he couldn't be with you or she couldn't be with you on Vow's Day was because she took her baby father or his baby moms and their child out on Valentine's Day. What do you, how do you react to this? What would be your reaction?
How would you react to it? Sorry.
I would like whiskey that. I
Whiskey
serious,
about to answer for me.
Not serious.
I don't answer. I say, what? There's nobody on this end that won't be angry. We stop them there, especially when it comes to women. We don't appreciate and that. You understand? Don't do that kind of stuff. One me, I will say it. And is this. You got this mama and start trying to rub it in to your partner. You understand? Because they might be okay with it. It's the fact that you're transcending. You understand? Would be seen as something else.
It's not wrong thing. Yeah, she's wrong.
I'm not saying that's wrong thing.
Then you find out that it was because he took his baby moms out. And they are
So we have a problem. We have a problem.
you're staying without the issue.
Because number one, have you even catered to my needs for Valentine's?
Shit.
But yeah, I'm trying to say. For me, it's like you're not with yet. That's your baby mom. I get it. But your baby mom is like a free fucking single woman.
Yeah, but he's doing it because of the child they have to there. He's taking them both out.
But then do it for the child. Why are you doing it for the woman?
Yeah, because the woman has to be there for the child. Remember, they're not enemies, you. And it doesn't mean they're fucking.
Okay, they're not enemies and not in fucking, but then obviously if
Well,
my day has been ruined because we're not enemies, well they're not enemies. Come on.
Nah,
It's somehow.
I'm going to start that question and I asked you. What if your baby the father or actually alive?
They don't burn out with
And on vow,
They don't burn out with
say, you know what, I just want to go spend the day.
even if he was alive, yeah, because my baby daddy is passed away, yeah. Even if he's alive, yeah, you don't think born out with him. Period. Because I'm not gonna get into a relationship or get into anything with someone that I never. It's not even coming forward. Even if it's like appreciates me, fuck that shit. You understand? And even me, like right now in 2023, sorry, I'm about to say 22 because I'm living this fucking year. Like, I feel like a lot of moms are not really, like even single moms are not really celebrated. Single moms as in widows or people that are not
and your big father now calls you to say, man, this vow, I would really like to celebrate it with our son, and I would like him to.
And I don't have kids with him.
No, you have kids with him. I'm just saying, they say, I won't celebrate it with our son. Your big father, that's why he's calling you.
But it was someone else.
Yeah, it was someone else, but he's called you to say,
Don't call me because I've got another nigga taking me out or
what if you don't have?
I'm mad.
Yeah.
Are you looking at me?
It's
And
a
I won't
scenario.
get. It's a scenario, and that's what I'm saying. My scenario, yeah.
How if you broke up with your boyfriend paid him before? Maybe, yeah, your boyfriend.
I don't expect him. No, I don't expect my baby dad to take me out. If he takes me out, yeah, happy days. But then if he doesn't,
Alright, let me put it.
Why don't we that though?
Let me put it to you, but let me finish it up. Say on the bad things, your present boyfriend, you understand, jibs you, runs away, you understand, and you know he doesn't want Valentine and all that. Whatever, you guys split up in these things. Now in the father, you understand, if she is noticed one way or the other that you're down, you're at a lower point. Now you guys have not fucked in a long time or you've not been close to each other, but you have a baby together. Now he decides to say, okay, you know what, Nicola is not like that. I don't want anything to happen to my kid anyways. I think that should be okay. And he decides to take it out, but he knows that because it's last minute, he can't tell his missus. So he will let her do, oh yeah, what's up? Oh shit, you know what? Yeah, man, I come to me, I'm going to take it out. He's not, you guys are not putting a label on it.
I know there's no label.
But he just wants to take you out.
I know there's no label on it.
Yeah.
But then when there's no, even if there's a label on it, for me, it's like, obviously that was my man. Do you get what I mean? That was my ex-man. He's my baby father, but that was my ex-man. So obviously it's gonna, why am I gonna, like for a woman, this is what I'm saying to you, for a woman, why am I gonna now like feel like, oh, okay, cool. Even though if he says, oh, let's take me and my child out, yeah, and I've gone, and then everything's happy, everything's cool, everything's cordial, but then at the end of the day, you know how women could, that's what we spoke about, like, women or men don't speak about what they actually work for the beginning. So it could be mixed up situations where he's being nice and I'm like being nice and he's like, oh, like I wish I had that. Like that's mine, that's my baby father, do you know what I mean? You know how girls can be cray with their minds and just be like, oh, you know what, let me try again and try. Maybe
it's changed.
Yeah, maybe it's changed. Let me be the bitter bitch and try and get rid of the person that is there already. Do you get what I mean? Because I am the baby mother. But then I don't want that. Because if we left on good terms, yeah, if you call me, but then if I got a man, we can both call me because you know I've got a man. Period. So if I don't have a man, it doesn't still give you the right to like say, oh, I want to take you out, I'm out here. When?
Yeah, I get you. As a matter of principle, you won't do it. But I'm just saying, you know, when you're at your lowest, that's when you don't listen things. You get. That's when you don't reason things. When you're at your lowest, you are someone has really upset you. You don't think the next step. You just jump into it. So if it's a situation that he can see sincerely that he knows that you're going to be heartbroken right now, and since boyfriend Jack out was an attack and all the boy, you understand? And it's just genuinely wants to take you out. Now the problem, the way I see is, for you, there's no risk at all. You understand? Because you're on your lane, he comes in to take you out.
Yeah.
And your son is there. So
Yeah.
are you going to be having sex in front of your son? No, it's not possible. Now, but to him, that's where the risk is. Because they have to now find a way to explain to his missus. And the longer he leaves you, the longer it's considered a lie. You lied to me, you went to me. You understand? So, good luck, El Chapo.
Any closing remarks before we end the podcast for this week?
No, not really.
No.
Yeah. Well, who do you want to win? Who do you want to be the next president of Nigeria, Sky?
To be honest,
No explanation, just give me a name.
sure.
Sure. Out of the whole lot. Okay. Who do you want to be the next president of Nigeria?
Anybody that is.
No, you have to give me a name. I don't want all that.
Anybody that.
I don't want those diplomatic nonsense.
Come on, she's not into politics.
I'm not into
I know.
politics, that's why.
But you see, this is what you see. Okay, see, this is one thing I would say. You've given me something to say to end this particular episode.
Oh, wow.
You see, no, hold on, yeah. You see,
GOP, Sumo, Nicola.
some of you that still hold the stance of I'm not into politics, I really don't want to talk about politics, I really don't watch the news, I don't care about this people, they are all liars anyway. You see, I've said this before a long time ago and I'll say it again. The problem with having this kind of stance is you don't want to be involved in politics, you don't want to talk about politics, you don't really care because you are.
It's not that
Let me finish! The reason why I'm saying this is because these people you don't care about, these topics you don't care about, they are the people who, in one way or the other, are directly or indirectly involved in how the course of your life will be shaped, whether you like it or not. So if you don't want to get involved, I used to be like that when I was much younger. I don't watch the news, I don't get involved in politics, I'll tell them I'm not voting, my vote doesn't count, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day I realized that as I'm thinking like that, there are like thousands, if possible millions of other people like me thinking like that. And we are giving these people a leeway, you know, to continue going in there and making decisions that affect our very existence. And that is why part of the reason why we are where we are today. Having absolute assholes and CUNTS in seats of power. And I say that to round up this episode. Love yourselves, take care of yourselves, love one another,
Peace
be kind to one another.
Be kind.
Peace out, guys. Peace out. Nothing else to say. Peace out. Nothing else to say on this episode.
He's high on the mic.
You want to give my mic blowjob?
We don't think that. Why? Make that.
Excuse sir. Yeah. The reason you cannot chastise her.
I hope you are stuff. No, I'm not chastising her. I don't shoot that one. Yeah, I don't shoot that one.
Remember when you shot?
Let me finish!
You can't chastise her because she's British first, because she's Nigerian.
I don't sit down. Me, I don't do British.
You understand? Yeah, but she has no plans to go settle home.
No, don't say that. Don't speak for me.
Presently.
Don't speak for
Do
me.
you have any plans?
I have plans. I have
Okay, I'm
plans.
sorry, my bad.
But then obviously I don't wanna upset anybody. Do you get what I'm saying?
You have to go out the stance to me, love.
Officially now we're
Let me see.